Welcome back to Cabbage Patch. I'm Dad.
I'm Tommy.
No, you're not. Tommy's not here. Tommy is up in his room because Gus and I have COVID. So today we played a game called Grimdark Future, but actually what it's called is Gundark Future because it's the Gundam rules for the one-page rules futuristic war game. I've been trying to get the rules for Mobile Suit Skirmish for a while, and it was going to take an hour to print the rule book out at the office, so I went ahead and found this on the recommendation of someone online, and we gave it a shot. It is a one-page front and back rule set that you can get for free. They do have Patreons, and they do have paid content that you can use, but we're not using that today. And in addition to that, they've created rules for Gundam, for both the EF, SF, as well as the Zeons. And the advantage to this is we can use Gunpla.
Yeah.
And you'll see on the table here, we've got some Gunpla. Gunpla are plastic models that don't require any glue.
Or
paint. They're articulated. They can move. Do we got that down here? Yeah, down there. So you can pose them. They're very cool plastic models. They come in various degrees of quality. This is entry grade.
It's not quality so much, it's
complexity.
Complexity.
Well, the higher grade models are actually also better quality, right? Like the entry grade ones start getting a little wiggly after a time.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Gus has been building these now for several months and has a whole collection. What you see here are two of his Zakus, right?
I'll go get the others.
You can go get the others. We'll pause the video and go.
You can just talk with them. All right.
So Gus has been building Gunpla for quite some time now, a couple months.
And this is actually a broken one.
That's an actual broken one. Mm-hmm. But they're based on the Gundam Mobile Suit TV shows and movies. And there are all sorts of them. And oops, this one, his front piece fell off. That's one of the disadvantages to no glue. We'll fix them in a minute.
Yeah, and some of these especially these ones. Normally, if they were like master grade, they would hold up better, but these are high grades.
These are high grades, so they come in various grades of various qualities. We'll put that back together in a second.
Luckily, we can put that back on.
Yeah. But I have the classic, what they call RX-78, but I got this one from Target for $9.
And it's a different...
It's a different, slightly different skin from the standard RX-78, which is...
Like here.
Here, right? This is what the anime one looks like. Mine is special from Target. But it's a tabletop war game that lets us use Gus's Gunpla, and I thought it would be fun to try. The one-page rules are really easy. There's a couple of things that I had to ask questions online for, but I downloaded the rules this morning, and we're playing here just after lunch. So it's a pretty straightforward game. You've got movement values. Models can move up to 6 inches unless they've got modifiers, which the Gundams all do. They have attack values, which indicate how many dice you roll, and they have defense values, which indicate how many dice, what score you need to get to prevent damage from happening. But the game plays really fast, because especially with the Gundams, I'm sure it plays the same fastness with the smaller models. But you know, Gus was rolling 12 dice at a time, and he was hitting on 3 or better. He was only doing 1 damage each time, whereas my guy had this super cool bean rifle, and he was
And as you see, I was destroyed.
Yeah, you did not win, but I know why you didn't win, and we can talk about that too. But it's you know, you got a ruler. You move up to 8 or 12 inches. You measure out where your bad guys are. You check line of sight, and if there's anything in between them, that gives modifiers on the hit. It's a really straightforward game. I really like it from the fact that it's so simple. 2 pages of rules for the core game.
You can look up, and if you want, and if you're trying to find like one that gunpla that doesn't break, you can find a ton of gunpla YouTubers.
Yeah. And some people I think use a little bit of glue on them too. But the gunplas are very cool, and the game is very fast. And you can see I used our Adeptus Titanicus buildings, or actually these are Warhammer 40K epic scale. But they're like apartment buildings, so it kind of looked like the stuff from the show. And some tree stands that I had from Battletech. It's a cool little game. What'd you like about it?
Gunpla.
The fact that you can use the Gunpla. I think that's actually a darn cool thing. This, especially the Gunpla version, the Gundam version, lets us use these awfully cool models that Gus has been building. So they're really cool models. They're meant to be on bases. We did not put them on bases. The bases,
but not meant to be on bases.
for the game. You're meant to put them on a base for the game. You're also meant to put them on for the other Mobile Suit game if we ever play that.
There's another Mobile Suit game?
Yeah, there is. The rules are very simple, 2 pages. And then there's 6 pages of model army sheets that tell you what the stats are for the models. And there's some special rules, right? So you can upgrade your Mobile Suit with special things, and you're supposed to have an army, which is the number of units on the board, of an equivalent strength. So there are points that are assigned. This is 1,190 points, and each of these Zaku's is 675. So I had to do a little balancing to get more stuff. There's a lot of little fiddly things in the rules that you need to pay attention to. So I imagine as we play it more, we'll remember them all.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked it. What did you like about it other than Gunpla?
Honestly, if you draw it, if you write what your gunpla does,
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy to follow along, who you're going to attack and where you're going to move.
Yeah, that is very cool. So, we were saying the rules are a little fiddly, but writing them all down helps.
Yeah.
The base core game is these 2 pages. The only mission they give you, and you can come up with whatever missions you want, is a capture the flag type thing where you've got objectives that you're supposed to get to.
Or you can just kill the opponent.
Or you could just try to kill the opponent. And it only is supposed to last 4 rounds. And at the end of the 4 rounds, whoever has the most objectives wins, or whoever's still standing wins. How did we end the game?
I died.
It blew you both your guys up because you divided instead of stayed stuck together. There are all kinds of other rules for other types of miniatures. There's stuff that does Warhammer 40K. There's stuff that does any guys, and then there's roll your own rules. And they have a Patreon, and the Patreon looks cool. And if you give them a little bit of money every month, they will they'll let you download 3D models to play with the game that you can print, and bigger versions of the rules. But the core 1-page rules are pretty darn cool.
And pretty darn accurate.
And well, I blew you up.
I was talking about how they managed to get all of this down in one page.
Yeah, all they got in 1 page.
Just talking about how you blew me up.
Well, doesn't the beam rifle slice through the Zaku's on that first episode of?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
These are special Zaku's, so that doesn't happen.
Okay. Well, anyway. Anything else to add before we go? No, it doesn't have to be.
Nah.
So, if you want to take your Gunpla and play a war game with them, I recommend 1-page rules and the Gundark Future version of Grimdark Future. Do you want to do the outro?
Yes. I'm going to stand up for this.
Stand up for that so we can see you?
Yeah.
All right.
Subscribe, hit that bell. Leave a comment if you like. A Planet Couch is not us, though. Or else you might get hit in the chest by Dad.
Oh, that's what we said at the end of the playthrough. All right, thanks so much. We'll see you later.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.